Welcome to Eternal Elements Learning Podcast, brought to you by Tiasa Online. These podcasts are a part of the audio certificate programs on Tiasa Online. You're free to take these podcasts on your desired portal also, should you only wish to learn on the go. Thank you so much for engaging on these podcasts, and you can connect with the author on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Hi, this is Niket Karajagi from Eternal Elements, brought to you by Tiasa Online. We're talking about building great teams. This is season 4. We talked about interview. Let's say you found the person to be good and then he joined your team, but suddenly you discovered, well, looks like the answers given in the interview were not correct. So there is one more element before you do the final check or the test of whether the person should be a part of your team is to ask contra questions in the interview. What do you mean by contra questions? Let's say you start forming a good opinion about the person because the answers given to you were quite right, quite accurate. Now start asking questions. Tell me the time when you failed in your assignments. Tell me the time when you didn't do well in your assignments, because now you know where is it that the onboarding should focus. Let us say you realize that to err is human. You hired the person and now he's on board with all the details that you have about the strengths and the possible weaknesses, or maybe the strengths that have not been developed. While you're doing onboarding, the whole idea is to capitalize on strengths and not to focus on weaknesses. Give that person a buddy. Get all the procedures done, because in the first half an hour, the way the person is treated determines how long the person will stay with you. Once he's in office, provide the buddy, complete all the formalities fast, introduce the person to the people who matter in the organization, and after that, put them into a proper induction process where they understand what the organization is all about. They understand what the work is all about. Now, how do you ensure that a proper induction happens? Proper onboarding happens? Very simple. Start giving problems for the person to solve and provide a buddy alongside. While the person solves the problems, starts gaining confidence. But based on the strengths and based on the capacity, you start loading the problems incrementally. And as the person starts taking more and more ownership, you realize that the person is completely on board. So primarily, onboarding happens in two parts. One, there is an induction process, and B, there is an on-job training that happens. And on-job training is critical because that's where the leader, the manager, is coaching, and you're doing directive coaching. And at that directive coaching, the person is understanding how this particular organization operates. Remember one thing, when the person joins your organization, he's carrying the legacy, or she's carrying the legacy of the earlier organization. They're looking for a similar process. They are looking for a similar set of people, and if suddenly find that the culture is different, the process is different, give adjustment time. There is no problem. Once the person starts succeeding incrementally, the person gains confidence, and then as the person solves problems along with the team members, starts gelling in the team, and as the person starts gelling in the team, that's when the team starts absorbing this person, and the person starts doing well in the team. And that's all about induction. 45 days is ideal for a good induction process to happen. After that, you handhold with the person with directive coaching, and then the person starts developing the required skill sets and the behaviors. Please ensure that the person is demonstrating the culture of the organization, and please do a feedback process if the culture of the organization is different and the way the person is behaving is different, because cultural misfits can create a severe noise in the team. It can also create a lot of stress in the new employee. If the employee is with you for a period of 6 months, he's adjusted and he's going to function as long as he's winning. And while the induction process and onboarding is on, the mandatory factor is it is the critical responsibility of the leader to ensure that the employee wins. because ultimately everybody wants to win. Thank you very much. This is Niket Karajagi from Eternal Elements, brought to you by Tessa Online. Signing off. I'll see you in the next podcast where we are looking at how this person starts collaborating with the team members. See you in the next podcast.